Minister, I think over 10,000 people made applications for this particular round of the scheme, of the successor to the basic income for the artist scheme. Your department is only in position to support about 20% of them, so that's only just over 2,000 artists will be supported, and the other 80% will be left disappointed. And that's about a similar level of I suppose, disappointed applicants as we saw in the original scheme, the original pilot scheme that was launched by the then Minister Catherine Martin. So I suppose it is disappointing to see that this scheme isn't growing. It's disappointing to see that. And look, we welcome at the time that there is another round of funding coming for 3 years, but the fact that that isn't growing, the fact that more artists aren't being supported, that more artists aren't able to enjoy the very real benefits of this scheme that were charted by the research that was undertaken is something that I think is a letdown, and I know many artists in the sector feel let down as well. Minister, you referenced that there will be continuing research undertaken of the impact of the financial support on this second group of artists who receive it. Could you tell us a little bit more detail about what actually is being measured, what actually is being examined? Is it kind of the same thing as was the first time, or are other benefits of this scheme being considered? And secondly, Minister, has consideration been given to putting the basic income for the arts scheme on a statutory footing, that there would be real certainty that this scheme is now an established part of the state's support for the artistic community?
To Deputy O'Gorman, in relation to the scheme and its permanence, first of all, I recognise previous Minister Catherine Martin and her initiative in relation to establishing the pilot. I do think this government have progressed and built on that. We have made it permanent. We've been clear that this is going to be a permanent scheme going forward. I don't believe it needs to be on a statutory basis for it to be a permanent scheme. We've been clear from a policy point of view, and indeed from a budgetary point of view, that it's something that will be continued. In terms of the specific research, Deputy O'Gorman, that will continue to be carried out, I will get you a further response specifically on what is being measured there, and how it compares as well to the previous research, which was very significant, as I said, and having a treatment group of the 2,000 who were in the scheme and a control group of 1,000 who was outside of it. So that was a very significant piece of research, and important in relation to seeing the scheme become permanent and be built upon. In relation to more participants, obviously that's something we've indicated we'd like to be able to do, but it is going to be budgetary dependent. This is a very significant step forward now, making it permanent, and making sure that new artists and more artists are able to participate in it and to have an opportunity to avail of it.